On this episode of the Extraordinary Opinion segment of the Ordinary People podcast, we're going to discuss people chasing bags of money instead of having the money pursuing them. We're also going to discuss the gems that Dr. Umar Johnson dropped on the Breakfast Club. We're going to discuss that and much more on this episode of the Ordinary People podcast. Welcome to the Ordinary People podcast, where we talk to ordinary people with extraordinary stories. I am your host, Alan the Great. In today's episode of the Extraordinary Opinion segment, we have a lot to get into. We're going to cover a lot of different subjects, a lot of different things, and we're going to talk about a bunch of different things. But at the end of the day, it all comes back to you and helping you accomplish everything you want to and changing the things that have been eluding you in your life. Most of that is financial security, a better way of living, and accomplishing your goals. Because you know it's the objective that we here at the Ordinary People are trying to accomplish. So help us accomplish your goals by listening to us and what I have to say on today's episode of the Ordinary People podcast. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's start off by talking about chasing the bag. Chasing the bag. One of the things I've been noticing as I scroll through social media is people talking about, they're on their workflow, or they're talking about chasing the bag. So they have the emoji of a person running, then a bag of money sitting there. And I sit there and I had to think about, I was like, how much sense does that make to chase a bag? Then I start asking myself, what are the things I chase in my life? Do I chase my wife? Nah, that makes sense. That makes no sense. And if I'm chasing my wife, then honestly, my wife don't want to be with me, or I'm trying to do something to her. So that makes no sense. And it sounds crazy for me saying I'm chasing my wife. Am I chasing my car? Nah, because if I'm chasing my car, that means somebody obviously stole my car and that they're trying to get away from me in my car. So maybe I'm chasing my house. Nah, because if my house is moving, then there's a big issue there, and most likely something's going wrong with me mentally that I feel a need to chase my house, because I don't know about you, but I've never seen a house actually try to run from somebody. So why are we chasing money? Ask yourself, so why are we chasing money? Sort of like a house, your car, your wife. Why does you chase money? Like, where is money going? Does money glue wheels and it's our feet and it's running away from you? In most cases, yes. Money isn't doing exactly that from people. Money is eluding people and running from people, but it's not money's choice. It's our personal choices to make money run from us, based off our decisions and our choices and how we utilize and spend money and what we choose to spend money on. That's why money is really eluding us. I mean, think about it. We buy cars that depreciate as soon as we take them off the car lot, but it looks good, right? When we drive through the neighborhood, real slow with the windows down, especially in the summertime, we look good, even though we already lost money as soon as we pulled off the car lot, right? We buy clothes, even though you only gonna wear them one time, probably within a 2-week span, because you don't want nobody saying you wore that same outfit yesterday or last week. You buy sneakers that you're afraid to get dirty or even wear because, it loses value in your eyes once they get a little bent up or a little dirt on them. So it makes you wonder, why do we got to chase the bag? We got to chase the bag because we're making the bag elude us. The bag is running from us. The bag of money is running from us because we're poorly treating the bag of money. Sort of like if your wife's running from you, most of the time she's running from you is because you're poorly treating your wife. You're disrespecting your wife. That's why you're chasing her. You're chasing her because she's trying to get away from you. She's trying to get away from you because something in that relationship just ain't right and she's not feeling it. Your husband's up there running from you because something's just not right in that relationship and they're trying to get away from you. This is a metaphor for what's going on with you and money, and why are you still chasing that bag? Because money in that relationship with you and money looking at you like something's just not right. You're not utilizing me the right way, and I'm not interested to stay in this marriage with you. So money like, adios, I'm hitting the road. Arrivederci, he's gone. And you wonder why. Because you're buying stuff that makes no financial sense. You sit here and talking about financial security, but at the same time, you're constantly spending money on things that take you in the opposite direction. The opposite direction of what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, where you're trying to go. I mean, don't get me wrong. We all need a car. A car is cool. You want a car. But one of the crazy things I heard recently It was from an interview on the Breakfast Club by Dr. Umar Johnson. He talked about going into a convention and a bank owner saying why they don't give black people loans for money for buying houses. And he said the bank owner said it's not because of racism, it's because black people's priorities are at disarray. We rather go buy a brand new Benz before we buy a house. Then we'll buy that brand new Benz, then try to purchase a house. And what the bank is saying is, why would I loan you money to buy a house when you just bought a brand new Benz? If the chips break down, you lose your job, or you come into a financial rut, which one are you going to pay for? That house or that Benz? And most of you probably say, yo, I'm going to pay for my house. Not really. Because, see, the thing about a house is, it's a difference in a car. You can't ride a house through the neighborhood. You're not going to invite everybody in your house. So not everybody can see how great you living by seeing what's going on in your house. Now, your car is different. You can ride through the neighborhood in your car. You can have your windows down, music blasting, everybody seeing you while you're driving slow through the neighborhood. If you lose that car, but you got that house, see, now you on the dart bus. People ain't seeing you as that big baller no more. So reality is, you're like, you know what? Even if I lose my house and I'm back living with my mom, at least I still got that Benz. At least people still have that perception of me that I'm living good. I'm still balling. And there's our problem right there. That's why we still chasing the bag. See? That's why we chasing the bag. Because the money's eluding us right there. We just bought that Benz for what? $60,000, $70,000? That depreciating value probably $20,000 as soon as you drove for the lot. So you spend $70,000 on Benz. As soon as you pull off the lot, before you even make a left-hand turn, stop at a stoplight, you already lost $20,000. You're driving in reverse. You're driving in reverse towards your goal to financial security and don't even realize it. But I know you need a car though, right? But do you really need a Benz? And it's honestly, and if you bought a house before you bought that Benz, cool. That's great. But make sure the house is your first priority. Make sure the house is your first priority, because unlike that Benz, your house is not going to depreciate in value as soon as you buy it. As long as you take care of it, do your homework, move in a nice neighborhood, that house is going to increase in value. Within the first year, your house may increase in value. Where that Benz, you lose $20,000 as soon as you turn to the first stoplight. Your house, after the first year, may increase to $20,000 in the first year. If you do what you're supposed to do, do your homework. Make sure you take care of your house. Keep up on the home improvements. Invest in your house. That will give you the money and the ultimate equity to go buy that Benz straight out. Don't have to get a loan. Don't gotta worry about giving that Benz back. Don't worry about people not seeing you stunting. You don't gotta stunt no more. You living. But see, you gotta make the right decision. Put your priorities in order. Stop chasing the bag. Make that bag chase you. See, buying a Benz, buying a BMW, that new Ghost, that's chasing the bag. Buying a nice house, making that house money work for you, that's making the bag chase you. It's time for us to make the bag chase us instead of us chasing the bag. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. We out here chasing our dreams. Our dreams are obviously trying to elude us. Because we're chasing our dreams for all the wrong reasons. We go back to money on this. Let's go back to money again. Most of us are chasing our dreams not because we're looking for happiness, not looking for the idea of going to work and doing something we love, not feeling stressed out, not feeling beat down, tired at the end of the day, don't have time to sit there and eat dinner with your kids or chill out with your wife or go on a date with your wife or your husband, make love to them, hang out with friends. You come home, you're so tired and stressed out, you can't do none of this. This is an afterthought. That's the last thing on your mind is having fun. When you go to work, when you wake up in the morning and go to work, you dreading it. You dreading it. You dread going to work. See, that's chasing your dream. Now, if you reverse it and your dream chasing you, you ain't worried about chasing dreams for money. Your dream's not about money. It's about happiness. And happiness and love doing what you're doing, waking up in the morning, doing what you do, and love doing what you do, is going to essentially turn into you making that money and gaining that financial security that you're looking for. But the difference is you're not only going to have that financial security, you're going to have that ultimate happiness that you're living your life, enjoying your family, enjoying your friends, enjoying doing the things you love to do. That's the difference between chasing your dreams and your dreams chasing you. You need to let the dreams come to you instead of you chasing it. And some people say, well, you got to break it down iller, because if you tell people not to chase their dreams, they may think you mean that just sit on your butt and not do nothing. That's not what I'm saying. It's not about sitting down and not putting in work. It's about learning how to make things work for you. See, the smartest people in the world are not the workers. The smartest person in the world is the CEO of companies. Now, why is that? Because they have all the money? Is it because they're rich? Is it because they're in a powerful situation? No. Why CEO is the smartest person in the world is because he knows that he don't know how to cook the fries at McDonald's. He don't know how to make the burger. He don't know how to work the cash register, but he's smart enough to put people in position to do it for him. He may not know how to do all those things, but he knows how to get people who's well-rounded and who's smart enough to do it to a high level. That's what makes him the genius. That's what's called making things work for you. So you got to change the way you're thinking, though. We're always thinking that we got to do everything. We got to prove ourselves. We got to live up to somebody's standard, show someone what we can do. But the reality is you got to learn to make things work for you. Learn to make things work for you. Be that CEO. Be that true boss. That boss put people in position to do the job that they can do. I always say the man that thinks he knows everything knows nothing. So if you that guy or that woman who's going into a business thinking that you know how to work the register, you know how to cook the burgers, you know how to cook the fries, you can market, you can do all that by yourself, you're the person that knows nothing, and business is going to ultimately fail. Because you're the person who thinks you know everything but don't realize you know nothing. You're chasing your dream instead of letting your dream chase you. Make your dreams work for you. Make your money work for you. Stop working for your money. Change your mindset. Stop telling yourself what you can't do. Stop telling yourself you're tired. Stop telling yourself you're lazy. You know what I'm saying? Change your mindset. Learn to put people in position to do the work. So all you have to do is supervise, count your money. This takes time. This takes work. This takes effort. But if you put the time, the work, and effort into it, you can live your life carefree, financially secure. You don't got to worry about chasing the bag. You ain't got to worry about saying workflow. You won't have employees saying to you workflow. That's the reality. You're going to be screaming money flow and watching your money flow into your bank account. Watching that happiness flow. Watching that joy flow. You're going to walk around with a smile when you ain't got a reason to smile. People looking at you like, why are you smiling? It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Why not? Life's great. You know what I mean? Life is great. I'm enjoying life. I'm making better financial decisions. I'm being more responsible. I'm not sitting here stressed out at work no more. I'm not chasing the bag no more. The bag is secured. It's sitting right here next to me, and it's continuously coming to me. The checks are coming to me. I don't have to run to my job and pick up my check. My check gonna come to me. I don't got to sit here and wait for my check to come. My check gonna come to me. Now, some people say, but you know what? Only own business. What if, it fails, or what if things don't work out? When owning my own business, it comes down to me, if I don't work, I don't eat. That's true. But that's the kind of mindset you should have already, is if you don't work, you don't eat. I don't care if you're working at McDonald's, if you're working at janitor, cleaning floors, or if you're working for the president or CEO of a company. Your mindset should always be, if I don't work, I don't eat. See, that right there, and that mindset right there is going to push you and motivate and inspire you to keep going, despite the fact that today you might be tired because your kid grew a fever last night, and you're a little sleepy from being up all night. Maybe you was up watching Power, and you know what, you're a little bit tired because you stayed up a little late watching Power. Or you just couldn't sleep because you had other things on your mind. Or in those days when you have that mindset that if I don't work, I don't eat, if you have that mindset, that's going to push you through those days. That's going to give you an extra boost of energy. Not that energy drink, not that coffee, that type of thought, that type of mindset is what's going to give you that energy at the end of the day to push through that tiredness you're feeling. And that's what you got to rely on. Replace that in your mindset. Replace that in your thinking. Not only that, but for you people who out here that don't want to work for anybody, who want to own your own company, and understand something. Not everybody has to do that. Success don't always mean you have to be the owner of your own company, the CEO of your own company. Success can just mean that you're happy doing a job that you like doing. So don't get it twisted. If you like working at a job and your dream is to work at a job that you're happy, whether it's working at Target, sweeping floors, long as you're happy, that is success. But for you who out here who want to own your own business, if you adopt that mindset, I don't work, I don't eat, when you get into that position where you're a CEO of a company, you already conditioned to think that way. You don't need to readjust the way you think. You don't need to train yourself to think if I don't work, I don't eat. You're already going to have that mentally put in place already. That tool is already going to be there. That mental way of thinking is already going to be there. You're going to be ready to drive. You're going to just get in that car, turn the engine, and go. You ain't going to need to start it up, warm it up, or nothing. You're ready to go. And you're never going to be chasing that bag again. That bag is going to drive to you. It's going to drive the car right to you. You ain't got to worry about buying that Benz. It's okay if that Benz depreciates in value, because guess what? Financial security is already there. You already own your house. You already have a future for your children, your grandchildren in place. You follow the steps. You follow the blueprint. You good. Stop chasing your customers. You got your own business. You're chasing a customer. Don't chase your customer. Make your customer come to you. Because if you got to chase your customer, obviously you're selling some bad food and your customer don't want to come to you. Obviously, you're selling some stuff that's making your customer run straight to the bathroom right there and eat it. They don't want to come to you. That's why you're chasing them. So feed them something that's going to feed their soul. And I ain't just talking about food. I'm talking about no matter what you want to do. Whether you want to sell shoes, clothes, jewelry. If you want to sell advice, whatever you're trying to sell, make your customer come to you. How do you make your customer come to you? Make sure the product you're selling is of high quality. Not every other car is good, but every car is good. Not every other sandwich is good, but every sandwich is good. Not every other piece of jewelry is good. Every piece of jewelry is good. You got to make sure your stuff is quality. Your things you're selling your customer is of quality information. But not only is that quality, but the mental belief that you operating under is also quality. Strong quality. You have to make sure that is. Your presence is quality. Don't make it seem like or give off the impression that you're fake or you don't believe in what you're saying or what you don't believe you're selling. You have to make your customer believe that they can believe in you, that you believe in, that you love what you're saying, that you're going to eat the food that you're trying to sell them. That sandwich you're trying to sell them, yo, I will bite that sandwich. In fact, I'm eating one right now. So apparently there's nothing in here going to hurt you. I'm feeding it to my children. Now, if you give up that type of mindset, if you treat your customers that, show that you have quality belief in what you do, you ain't got to worry about chasing your customers. Your customers are going to come to you. See, this is what the whole segment is about. It's about stop chasing things and allowing things and working to make things come to you. You chase something long enough, what you going to do when you get it? By the time you get what you're chasing, you too tired to do what you need to do with it. If you're chasing your customers, what you going to do when you get your customer? You all out breath. You trying to catch a breath to talk to them and tell them what you're trying to sell them. You drained. You ain't got the energy you need to really sell them on the product you're selling them because you spent all your energy chasing them. When you chasing that money, when you finally get that money, you already out of energy. You ain't got enough energy to spend the money. You and the money just staring at each other, just having a staring contest. Looking at each other saying, which one of us going to move first? Because you drained from chasing it. Now, if that money come to you, now you got all the energy in the world to get up and do what you need to do with it. If your customers come to you, you got all the energy in the world to give them the product and the quality that they expect. See, that's the mindset you got to change. Stop chasing things and learn to make things come to you. But all that's through work, effort. It takes time. Don't come at it with a microwave mentality because believe me, what you cook in the microwave ain't always good. Most times it ain't. It's more harmful than good. So let your food cook slowly. Let what I'm saying to you cook slowly. Take your time to digest it. If you didn't catch this podcast on the first try, take your time and listen again. I'm going to keep it short and say this. I'm Alan the Great. I want to thank you for listening to Ordinary People Podcast, where we talk to ordinary people with extraordinary stories. Please, please, subscribe to my channel, Alan the Great on YouTube. Hit like the video, share the video. Thank you for listening again. Peace.